All right. Greetings and happy Wednesday to folks. We're playing Magic Realm and we're doing, it's not super crazy, but it is a little off the wall. We don't usually do this. So we are 18 days. Yeah, we're 18 days into this game. Um our last live stream we started this game. We have four characters, two custom and two of the base, the starting 16. And we played this on on stream. We got through 18 days. And usually I would just finish off the game on a video, post the video, and done, right? We played 4-week games standard. If you've been around at all, you've seen a ton of 4-week games. And I do agree with a few of the viewers, Rob, and a couple others, that 4-week games are sort of short in the sense that, sometimes it's just hard to. What's up, Michael? How are you? That it's hard to get things going, and you only have 4 weeks, and you just feel like the game is stepping up, and the game ends, and so on, right? You've gone too far. I've gone too far. I've one step too far. But I feel that 4 weeks is sort of the perfect for these these four character competitive games, because you got to have a deadline. They have to end. B, it fits right around that 10-point mark, where 10 points is reasonable within 4 weeks. More than 10 points is reasonably difficult, and less than 10 points sort of sucks, right? So I think it sort of works out. It all math's nice. But I do agree that sometimes you're like, man, I never got to use that spell I learned. And indeed, you typically don't. Or I never got to use that cool weapon that I found, because I found it in week 3. And by that time, the game was almost ready to finish. So we got to day 18, and I'm like, well, what am I going to stream tonight? I'll stream Magic Realm. Fine. But what will I do? And so I figured we'll pick this game up and we will just play it. We'll play it until we're done. So that might mean maybe we get to week 5, maybe we get to week 6. And we'll just play until the stream ends, until we're out of juice. It's a school night, a work night, so it's not going to be too late, but we'll try to go as far as we can. And maybe we get 36 days, maybe we get 40 days. Who knows? So that's sort of where we're at. It's where we're at. It's good to see you, Dustin. It's good to see you, Michael. And but boy, so coming back to these games is hard sometimes, because you're like, where was I? What was I doing? And you have to do that 4 times, one for each character. It's gonna be a long night. I hear you, Michael. Strap. Oh God. Yeah, pretty much. So, okay. So we have the Barrow Wight. The Barrow Wight is currently in the lead with 11.5 points. He is by far in command of this game, scoring 8 card points. 8 points in cards. He is currently leading gold with 30. And has a spell. So he is tied for first in spells with 1.5 points. So doing pretty well here. I would argue a tiny bit stuck in that there's not he has survivor and pickpocket. Like, his cards, didn't turn away from him as much, but are not doing him any favors. He has 2 buddies, a rogue that he picked up, and a spirit possessing a tremendous spider, a spider the size of a garage. I think what we're gonna go for is, I think that we are going to try to score bridge magic card. He needs to cross 3 bridges. So I can see 2 bridges right away that he can cross. Right there. The third one is the tough one, as it always is. Because there really aren't that many. I mean, there's only, what? There's 5 valleys. And the ledges. There's 6 bridges in the whole game. And quite often you find yourself on the wrong path. And you're like, I can't touch that bridge. I'm underneath that bridge. So he needs to cross. So I think maybe this bridge? Maybe? Maybe that bridge is the one. So I think we're gonna that's what we're gonna go for. We're gonna go for bridge magic. Now every character should be wary. For the next 2 days, we are rolling 2 dice on the appearance chart. Because we have peril in the realm. And then this last day here is a dangerous day 7. We roll 2 dice. So we need to at least be a little bit careful. 1, 2, 3. So we can get across this bridge. And, I mean, I'm guessing we can kill those ghosts if we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I think we're just gonna go 4. And score ourselves 1 bridge and hit up those ghosts. So we are going to move, 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 and move to the ghosts. And we should cross our first bridge. The Pilgrim. So, okay. So of all the characters, the Pilgrim's got the, we've done him the dirtiest, right? He only has 4.5 points, which looks bad. I actually thought he's done fine, but just hasn't been very lucky in scoring. He's currently sitting on top of the shrine. He did get a 1.5 boost from learning a spell there. He has Take Cover, he has Troll Slayer, he has Find Weapon in Slither. There's no good slithers around. The nearest slither is way up here in the mountains. I don't like it. The other slither, I think, is... That's a good sign that I'm yawning 10 minutes into this. God. The other slither is nowhere to be found. So, I think we're going to try to get rid of that. And maybe get rid of Troll Slayer, because as you can see, there's no trolls left either, except for the vault. But I think I would like to try one more day at the shrine. Try to get some item out of there that I can then utilize. The Red Knight's had a great game also, but he's only at 6 points. He is absolutely crushing prowess, although we didn't give him his point yet. So let's update the scoreboard here. 7, and the Sorcerer goes down to 8, because we just scored a coup in prowess, scoring 32 prowess on the last couple of days. I think I'm going to try to go for Ghost Hunter, although I don't know that the other guy's going to have gotten it, killed the ghosts already. Definitely Ghost Hunt. We need to turn in big game, and Consult Demon is just 1 shrine away. And the altar's close too, if it came down to it. We are in the hex. We are in a hex with 5 bats. That's worrisome. I think we are going to hide. and search up. Get one more day of that joy. The Sorcerer's in a bit of a mess. We listened to Rob, and we went into the caves. That was a bad idea. Don't go into the caves. It was a bad idea. We cannot generate enough phases to actually get at those goblins and do what we need to do. I just wanted Goblin Slayer. 6 goblins poured out of the rift here. They're nasty little sons of bitches. And you know, and we have to move out and hide, and then hide and move in. And since we failed our hide last time, that was a little bit crappy. So I'm really considering just trying to get out of dodge. But that is predicated on we're going to move out and we're going to hide. Or we don't actually have to hide. If we really want to get out of dodge, we can do it. If we're really convinced that it's time to leave the caves. I think it is. I think we're stuck here for another, I don't know, 2 or 3 days at least. And we're not going to kill all the goblins in one shot. So I think this is a non-starter. I thought the rift was fine. If it wouldn't have been 6 goblins, I think we'd be okay. Then I tried to shoot down there once because of Goblin Slayer, and now we're stuck. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move out. We're going to use the Sorcerer's extra spell phase, and then a spell phase. And we're going to enchant the tile. That'll bring purple magic, which will trigger Melt into Mist, and we will then be unassailable. We won't be able to loot any treasure here either, but that's okay. I think the pull and the rift we're just going to give up on for now and get out. And that's our day. We rolled 2 of these things today. A lot of monsters cleared out. I'm actually concerned about the board here. We get 4 and 1. Giants and trolls and dragons. Okay. Sorcerer's first. And he moves out. He fatigues this. This flips over. He is melted into mist. That means that he can go on any of these paths or passages without having to find them, and it changes the layout of this guy, which it does. So that's okay, and he can't be blocked. So good. He is done. The knight goes, the Barrow Wight goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. And he does cross that bridge. And he is blocked, and he is done. The Red Knight hides. We're looking for not a 6. We get not a 6. No, I mean on 2 dice. That is a 6 if you add them together, but we take the highest die in Magic Realm. So we flip that guy instead. And we're going to loot 4 times the Horde. There's 7 treasures, so the first 2 of these are freebies. We're going to get them no matter what we roll. We get 7 League Boots. That's really good. That's 1. 2 is the 4th treasure. 3 is the 5th treasure. And 4 is nothing, because it's too, that number is too high. There's no more treasures. We get 3 treasures here. I'm going to put on the boots. The boots are good. The boots give me not only a T5 move with no asterisks, which is pretty good. It's better than this chit, and it's better than this chit, and this one, and that one. So it's better than everything but our H4s, and it gives us an extra move. That is huge, by the way. Dragon Fang necklace. I mean, we can, we could do it, of course. And the golden armband, we'll put it on. It blocks swing. Goes right there. We're not in purple, but if we were in purple, we could control dragons. I will give myself the T5 move. That was a good turn. Now we do have Roar M and Flutter M. I think Roar M is going to draw, isn't it? No, those are caves. The only thing left is caves and Slither. Roar M, no. Flutter, they're dead. Everything's dead. Everything's dead. These guys are dead. These guys are dead. The Horde and the Lair are dead. Dead. And the Red Knight picks up a sweet pair of boots. He also picks up an extra great treasure. Well, not an extra great treasure. He picks up the only great treasure so far found in the game, I believe. That gives him the lead in great treasures, which gives him 2 points. Having the lead in a category is 2. Second place is 1. Third and fourth place, you're off the podium. Done. But that's pretty good. That gives him a lead and a very solid second place. And then the Pilgrim. What's the Pilgrim doing? He's searching 4 times. He is going to loot the shrine. But he needs some low numbers. That's not low. That's 1 fail. Come on, 2 fails. Come on, a 3, 2, or 1 should not be undoable. All right, there we go. Second card. The Draft of Speed. I mean... ultimately, that's helpful in 1 fight for him. And this is the 4th shot here. And he needs a 2 or a 1. And he gets a 1. Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good job, Pilgrim. The Eye of the Moon. Look at the next week's weather, chit, or draw another one. But it is a source of... In gray. It's not a source of gray. It's actually pretty lame since we don't use weather. But it's worth 13 bucks. And money good. And that's it. We are done with our day. And I think nothing appears, strangely enough. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. We got some stink. Nope, they're dead. There's nothing left. There is no trolls left in the entirety of the universe. And there's only a couple dragons. And these dragons only show up in the caves or in a Slither hex. And so we are done. And that was day 19. Day 20, or day 20. That was day 20. Day 21. It's going to be gold magic in every clearing. Oh, we have to fight the ghosts. We got to fight ghosts. Some ghosts. So I think we're going to need some... All right, so we're going to need a couple slots here. I think we're just going to lure and lure. Ghosts are medium. They can do heavy damage. But they can't do tremendous damage. So they can't kill the spider. And this guy is reasonably fast compared to the ghosts, so he is always going to win this fight. If the ghosts flip, they cannot kill him. So, this is an auto win. It's just a question of, is it going to be fast enough? He drops to the bottom. Does this guy flip or not? We hope he doesn't. If he doesn't, nope, he flips. So he becomes super fast. Boom, he hits this guy for medium damage. Or no, light damage. And he needs medium damage. So everybody misses over there. That sucks. Oh, he flips down at the bottom. Does he flip? He does not flip. Well, that's round one and nothing has happened. I would rather, I don't want to fatigue, but I also don't want this to stalemate. So I'm going to play a fast attack on this ghost here, hoping to kill it. We're on round two. Round two, Elmer here is going to miss his ghost, unless his ghost flips. His ghost doesn't flip. Ghost number two goes down to the darn bottom. Like he can't be bothered to stay in, but he does not flip. So what happens is, and my attack goes first because I'm in a 3 time, and I'm going to hit this guy because I undercut his move, and we do M star damage, which is pretty good damage, but we do have to fatigue a chit. And that ghost is killed. And we are going to come in and play like this. And so round 3, 4, he's going to line right up. And it no longer matters what happens. Our ghost is either going to do light damage. So he hits this guy and does light damage again. This guy intercepts and cuts him down. We got 2 ghosts for 4 prowess. I mean, we have 6 prowess now. The Barrow Wights, ooh, scary. But we did that to open this up. But on day 21, they're going to come back because we know that the ghosts always regen. Always regen. We are largely doing, we're just going to deny the Red Knight the ghosts, I suppose. So now we write day 21. And we're going to move across the bridge. Move back to where we are, which would be the ghosts again. It's going to be the ghosts again. And they're going to block us. And we can kill them again, I suppose, for another 6 points. How many do we have? We have 6. So we have 4 last time. So we can get another 4 points. That's not going to do us much good, given the current climate. So I think at that point, it's not. It wouldn't be unreasonable to kill them again. Just to you're losing 2 phases to deny other characters a point. That's really what we're doing. Because we're going to cross to here, we're going to cross back, and then ideally we would want to go one of these directions. Down here, maybe down over the ledges. It's a tiny bit dangerous. Maybe up over into the Bad Valley. I certainly wouldn't mind getting to the cavern as the Barrow Wight. But you know what? I'm just going to do that. I'm going to kill the ghost again. And we know we're going to be blocked. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over. I'm going to rest twice and then move back to the ghost. Bam, there you go. Oh, jeez. Okay. Move over the bridge. Rest twice. Move back to the ghost. That'll get these chits back in order. All good. The Pilgrim. So the Pilgrim has at least some cash. The Pilgrim does have the ability to control bats if he needs to. Does the Pilgrim know? Let's see. What's the Pilgrim trying to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you're either going to get, you could get a spider, you could get a giant. You could get a bat, or 2 bats, actually. You get 2 bats if you roll bats. Get a spider, you get a giant, you would get bats. If you got bats, that would suck a little bit because one of the bats would attack the Pilgrim and start to eat him, and that would suck. Instead, we will hide and go 1, 2, 3. We don't want to deal with the Bashkars. But we might want to turn in Troll Slayer. We might want to turn in Find Weapon. Actually, we could go if we wanted to. We don't. I mean, we could because we have a take cover card. So if we get something we don't like down here, we could just play the take cover and just be gone. Whereas the Pilgrim is still in the prowess race. At least to get 1 point off the Sorcerer. So he doesn't mind fighting, for sure. And as long as he has white magic, and control bats is any. So he could almost lock this tile down a tiny bit with purple. Only for bats, of course. So, I don't know. Good question. I think the layer might be great for the Pilgrim. I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going all the way down in the ledges. Boom. Move, 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 move into the ledges. We will take cover if we need to take cover. Done. The Red Knight. The Red Knight is still sitting on top of a horde with 4 dudes in it. 4 treasures in it. 4 dudes. 4 treasures in it. We would like to turn in big game. I say we do that. 1, 2, 3. What do we think of the Bashkar? We don't hate the Bashkar. We like the Bashkar. So I say we go move, 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 and trade. Move, move, move. To the campfire. And then we execute a trade phase. That should turn in big game. That should get us some armor. That should get us a point. That should get us 10 total points. If we need to turn in Ghost Hunter, we can. And so on. Oh, we get an extra move phase. Holy crap. Okay, even better. So the first move is an extra move because we have these boots now. We actually have seen the Bashkar. They have ponies. That's not going to do us any good. We'll rest. And then the Sorcerer. So the Sorcerer is melted into mist here by default. I think he is going to go 1-2 into the Maple Woods. Move into the woods. And we should do that with a healthy dose of salt, because excuse me, because we don't have any purple magic left. So as soon as we step out into the woods with no purple magic, we could be vulnerable. If we rolled a 3 tomorrow for the monster roll, this is going to potentially draw monsters, and that potentially causes us problems. We don't have any way to deal with that at this point. So I'm going to say that instead of doing that, we are going to we don't have a lot of freaking options, actually, do we? Because we only get 2 phases. They can either be 2 moves, and then we're out there. And then we're going to get one of these 3, because the other 2 woods are already shown up. You're going to get one of those 3. So it's largely just, one of these dice is going to land on one of those things. Yeah, I think we probably have to slow play this in a weird way. Smoke M is just as dangerous, if not more. As dumb as this is, we need to move and hide. So we're going to waste a day anyway here, which is a little crappy. And then we are done. So we do have 2 rolls, and whatever comes up is going to be rezzed. So let's see what comes up. Bats and 3. So all the bats come off the board. So the bats come off the board. No goblins are on the board. Well, these ones, but these are there because of a quest. We go here and we hide. It's the only things we can do when we're melted into mist. And we are hidden, and we're done. And oh wait, well, the octopus appears. We do draw the octopus. We're making that an even less tempting place to be. Oh, the ghosts reappear, because they always do. Ghosts are always prowling. We go 1. Rest twice. And walk back to the ghosts. That is our second bridge. And we are fighting tonight. Good. We go 1, 2, 3 to the bash cars. We rest once. We'll rest the wounded shit. We turn in big game. That gives us a point. We now have 5 cards and 10 total. And we can pick light or medium. We'll pick medium, of course, because we need heavier crap. What is it? It is a shield. We get a shield from big game. So we literally make a shield out of that creature's hide is the idea, right? And then we trade. We do get another card. Elven Crafter. The legendary Elven Craftsman is being held in the Lost City. Locate the city. The smith becomes your follower. Return him to a campfire and score a VP and choose a boon. The wife leaving? Huh. Wait, have you heard something I haven't heard? Upgrade a missile weapon. +1 sharpness star. Upgrade a missile weapon so that the damage on the unready side matches the ready side. Take a light bow, medium bow, or a spear, or extra hide phase in the woods tiles. And that is instead of big game. We have to go to the city. And now we're going to trade. And so what are we going to trade? I think we're going to sell... Huh. That's funny. Well, I don't think I'm going to stream at all tomorrow. I might post a video if I can manage, but I'm not going to stream. I might change the streaming schedule up at some point, but I got to figure that out. We're going to sell the quick boots for sure. And I had to decide whether the golden armband. I might as well... So the thing about the armband is you can, right, it does protect against one, an attack, a heavy attack that comes in and would destroy this armor could be intercepted by the armband instead. And we're only losing 4 gold. Because we get 11 gold as soon as this thing breaks. I suppose I'm going to keep it. Although it's worth 15. Is there anything now that I actually care about? Because the Bashkar have nothing to buy. We would just be looking to get enough gold to steal it from the Barrow Wight. I'm selling everything. 23 bucks. Done. So we're going to sell these 2 treasures to the Bashkar. We're going to get 23 bucks. Come on, boys. You get no? We're not. We're just not doing that, huh? There are allies. I don't think we have to roll it. We get plus 23. That gives us 40 gold. And that puts us in first place. So we're going to swipe that point from the Barrow Wight and take it to us. We have 11 now, and he has 10.5. And then, frankly, at the end of the day, seeing what I've seen, we will turn in Ghost Hunter, and I might turn in the Elven. I mean, we could. I'm going to keep Elven Crafter because it's right there, but we're going to turn in Ghost Hunter at the end of the day. And that's our day. I don't think anyone appears at the campfire. Yeah. It is pretty tight. It is pretty tight. Sorcerer's a little stuck. We didn't turn it in. We dropped it. Because we see the writing on the wall. There's not going to be any ghosts here in a day. These ghosts are going to die. So we won't... The ghosts only appear at the end of the week. So I figured, I'm not going to wait a week to hope the ghosts, when the ghosts come back. Because I see he's on there. So I'm burning that card. And drawing a new one. At the end of the day, I can turn cards in that I don't want if I'm at a dwelling. Pilgrim's up. Pilgrim's up. Pilgrim is heading into the ledges. Just stomping into the ledges. 1, 2, 3, and 4 into the ledges. There's going to be bats. Bats are the worst possible thing, really, for the poor Pilgrim. And the reason is because we have to go in order all the things that would draw bats. Flutter's going to draw the single bat. Howl draws the not single bat. So done. And that's the day. And we have 2 fights. We're going to do this fight first, of course. The Barrow Wight. He's going to do about what he did last time. He's going to let his minions take care of things. He does have control bats. He's not super concerned about it. Not super concerned about it. I don't know if I feel like casting it because I have take cover too. I was really thinking of playing that and getting rid of that card. Especially knowing what I know now. And what I know now is we are not resurrecting dragons. So the horde and the lair are wide open. So I don't necessarily need take cover to feel safe there. So I might just take cover and or let the knight kill these bats. I want to keep one around because I do want to fly out of here when I'm ready. So that's sort of the question. But anyway, it's the Barrow Wight first in any case. And he's got 2 fights to deal with. And we are going to play... we're just going to play an M5 there. We'll play it right there, giving us a 2/3 chance to hit this guy. We won't hit him because that's how it's been. But we're gonna try our darndest. 4. This guy stays put. Ooh, nice. Okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. And doesn't flip. Longest weapon goes first. That's his weapon. He does medium damage and kills that ghost. Down here in Spiderville, we're going to miss in Spiderville. Round 2. 4 stays put. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. So what happens is he hits him for heavy damage, but he's tremendous. He hits him for medium damage and kills him. So we get another 4 points. Another 4 prowess brings us to a whopping 10 prowess. We have at least killed the ghost. We know no one else is going to score the ghost. We've cleared 2 bridges. We're done. Pilgrim has to decide what to do. I'll take cover. That's fine. I will take cover. And hide. And what that means is that these 2 guys are going to get shunted over to this guy's sheet. And we're going to target that one. And we're hidden, so we're not even participating. We're just going to wait for our guy to get this done here. 1 or a 4? No, we get a 2. So he swaps down there. No flip and flip. Okay. Second round. And 2. So he's going to flip down there. I am probably not fatiguing this one. Just because I don't feel it's necessary. We're going to stalemate. The bats can't harm the knight or his warhorse. It is the ultimate defense against bats. So we stalemate the bats, and that's fine. So at the end of day 21, we actually have a pretty good game. The Red Knight ekes out the lead over the Barrow Wight by a half a point. The Sorcerer, I mean, the Pilgrim, he's stuck, but he is heading down to literally a treasure trove. And no more dragons are appearing down there, and he can control bats. So he's in pretty good shape. I'm thinking he might flip the tile. And if he flips the tile, control bats is an any spell. So he has a type 8 chit and or a type he has a type 7. Is it 7? Yeah, type 7 chit with a 3-time and purple magic and no dragons coming because the Red Knight killed them all. So we literally have the pick of the layer. I think that's where we're going and what we're doing. And then of course, I mean, if bats do show up, then I think my goal would be to use them to fly probably back to the chapel at some point. We'll have theoretically the Warlock in tow. We can get him. Not a ton of points, but we might get a great treasure, and so on. So that's where we're at. I'm going to take a quick break because we're going to need to... So the peril goes away. All those cards are still in play. We're going to need 3 events. And I need to hit the restroom. So I'll be back. Please stay put. Well, thank you for sticking around. And we're ready to start the last week. Well, technically last week, but the fourth week. How's that? We have the Poison Pool. The Nest. Ooh, the Nest. And the Druid's Test. So we've got a lot of stuff appearing in a random clearings here. So we got the pool. We've got a Druid. We've got a Nest, which needs to be bigger. Damn it, bigger. There we go. So we got all these things here. We're going to place them. Uh, 5-4. Crag 4. That's lame. So a fetid pool appears. All monsters in the tile gain a sharpness star. End a day in the clearing. All the monsters in the entire tile gain 1 sharpness star. End the day in a clearing. You can perform an action. You can try alchemy, which is to discard potions or fatigue magic chits. You get a roll, and for each potion, you gain an extra roll. You can purify by casting a spell, grab a visitor and walk up there, and so on. The nest has spiderlings in it, little spiders, little teeny spiders. 7-4. It's the high pass. 4. And there are 3 spiderlings. It also has treasure. 3 small, 2 large. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. The first person to loot a treasure from the nest gets a VP. And then the druid, it's just like any other treasure location. Ruins 2. There we go. Now, the funny thing about the crag is, in a normal game, a 4-week game, that poison pool would be a dead end. No one would go up there. It would take too long to get up there and too long to get out to ever even consider it. If you're playing a longer game, especially in week 4, if you're playing a longer game, now all of a sudden, the Pilgrim could drag the Warlock up to the pool and get the pool sorted out. Like, that would be a viable thing to do. Indeed, it would be a viable thing to fly bats up into, strangely enough. So, something to consider. And then even better, it's a little bit of a dick move for the Pilgrim, knowing that he has 2 characters in the game with Melt into Mist. Screw those guys. Okay. Anyway, we'll talk about this when the Pilgrim does it. So we are ready to write our day 22 here. Still trying to get bridge magic complete. So we do need to find a final bridge. The 2 bridges that I would consider would be this one. And honestly, probably this one. How do we get to this bridge? This bridge is Borderlands 5. So we go 1, 2, 3. Do we have a potion? We don't have any potions in our in our repertoire here. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can get to the Lost City. We can get here and then here, so we can literally get there in a couple days. So we're gonna go, and these two guys are dead in the dead pool. A lot of creatures up in the dead pool. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna head back to the statue. Move, 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 move. Statue. Get that done. The Pilgrim. So the Pilgrim used Take Cover. He does get another card. He gets Locate the Altar. I mean, that could be good. The altar is literally right here. The Pilgrim is going to move out first. First thing, he just moves out. I think he's going to move 2 times. That puts him at the Horde. He's going to spell X and spell. He's going to burn his white chit, pair it up with his type 1, and he's going to enchant the tile. The Red Knight has Herbalist. Dank W. Probably doesn't care really right now. What he does care about is, I would love to get that demon to pop. Would love to get that demon to pop on the shrine. Or the altar, I suppose. Either one. He could go to the city, the Lost City. The Lost City is way more dangerous for him than the shrine. But does he have? Ooh, does the? We don't have a potion either. The Pilgrim has a potion. Okay, hold on. I think the Pilgrim is going to rethink. Pilgrim rethinks his move. Now, I don't love transforming chits for the Pilgrim, because what they do is they turn him from a serviceable fighter into a crappy fighter. If he starts to like, he doesn't have enough chits to burn. Getting a spell only gets him a half a point right now. So I think, but I do think he runs 1, 2, 3, 4 to the Druid instead. He's gonna move to the Druid. He needs points. Done. And that's, I mean, that sucks because it turns his plan a little bit awry. But I think that's a good way to go for him. The Red Knight now is going to go 1, 2. That's it. I can't. We do have an extra move. If Dank C hits, we're going to get 2 serpents. Those 2 serpents sort of suck for us. They will damage us a bit. Possibly. That is not my favorite. On the other hand, we can almost get there if we don't roll a 2. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 day. We can be up there in in 2 days and ready to try finding the lost city. On the other hand, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and just be at the statue. Heck, we can be at the lost city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we can hide if we want to hide. So we're going to hide, extra move, and then move, move, move. And that's going to put us, I think, at the statue. Done. And then the frickin' sorcerer. So, okay. So the sorcerer has been delayed here. He needs to move out into the woods. And then he's going to spell X and spell with his extra phase. He also gets this guy back. So that's good because we have a plan for him. We have a plan for him. And that's our day. That's our day. So we're ready to go on day 22. That one took us a while. Ooh, goblins, octopus. Sorcerer first. The sorcerer literally walks out, readies a chit. Done. That way he has purple magic ready to go. And it is ruins. And guess what? That means wolves attack the sorcerer. Ooh, that's rough, actually. That's rough. But that is where we're at. Done. The Pilgrim goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Pops the Druid, giving him the draft of speed. We'll put that. We'll put that on the Shaman for giggles. But we score the Druid. That's his 4th card. He does have 5.5 points. Now he's got to choose between converting chits and learning a spell, which is good. That gives him another half a point to 6. Or not converting. What I don't like about converting on this guy is you're really sort of left with bad fight chits. Like you have good fight chits normally, and this makes that worse. I think I'm just going to take the type 2 4. Oh, he has a type 2 3. Womp womp. What's the wizard got? A type 2 4. There we go. A little bit of a wimpy play. If spells got me more... So what this does, though, is I can now use this to cast Control Bats by turning it to gray, and I don't have to burn my white to cast Control Bats. So I can use that for small blessings and use this for bats. So I do like that regardless. The Druid is done. We have succeeded in fulfilling the druid's test there, and nothing appears. The red knight moves to the statue. 1, 2, 3, 4. He moves to the statue. Unfortunately, draws goblins. Goblins right there. Only one set, though. And we are done. The Barrow Wight. Moving also to the statue. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And he brings the goblins to us. I don't know if that was the play. It might have been a little bit, it might be a little too aggressive. Oh well. But that's the fight now. Sort of an interesting little double fight. The Sorcerer has to, we're going to do the Sorcerer first. He has to play Melt in the Mist. So he is done. We really wanted to convert that. Otherwise, that is going to be a little bit of a hassle for us going forward. But we are melted into mist. So we're done. Over here, we've got 6 goblins between us. I mean, the Barrow Wight is not looking forward to killing all these goblins. He does have deal with goblins, with the caveat that he would have needed to alerted this to get all the goblins on board. I think he lures one. And lures that one. So he's luring. I don't think this guy lures at all. Having said that, he's got enough armor to kill these goblins, but I don't think he lures because I don't think he's like, no, I don't necessarily want any of these dudes. So good luck with that. So we're going to roll for the rest of the 4 goblins, and the rest of the 4 goblins are going to be randomly assigned to either the Red Knight or the Barrow Wight. Whoever rolls higher. 5. That one comes to the Red Knight. Should have had the Red Knight be red. That one goes over there to the Barrow Wight. That one goes to the Barrow Wight. That one goes to the Barrow Wight. So we got 3 on the white. That sucks for him. That's not okay. 6 goblins. 6 goblins in total, Michael. 6 in total. We've got our big old sword out. And, I mean, this guy... Sure, we'll play as fast as we can play. We'll play a fast move today and try not to get hit. The Barrow Wight's a little annoyed because he's like, dude, you could have taken all those goblins. And in fact, if he did take all those goblins, we could have pacified them. But that's okay. Obviously, we're going to attack that one. We're gonna play this fight. Ugh. Well, and it's round one, so weapon length wins. So we're gonna play this fight and this move and hope for the best. Oh, right, we have a breastplate. We don't have armor, so we're actually gonna play like this. Forgot we have a breastplate. That's... And that's it. That's our round. Let's see what happens to the Barrow Wight first. So, obviously we don't often play like this. Oh, he goes up here. These guys shift down. We're looking for, doesn't matter if this first guy flips or the second guy, but we are the second guy does. But we're looking for the third guy to not flip. He does not. So what happens is our attack goes first. It's longest. We miss our guy. We don't undercut him, right? He's up here. We don't intercept him. This guy intercepts us and hits us. This attack does light star damage, which reduces to light damage, which does not harm the breastplate. In addition, light damage does not wound through armor. So we take nothing, they take nothing. Done. Over here. What are we hoping for? Round one, we're hoping he just lines up, because then our guy will hit him first, and he will die. No, he goes to the bottom. So then what happens? Hopefully he flips, and then he will die, because we will... Nope, he does nothing. So it's all misses over here. Here, again, we're just hoping for a 1 or a 4, a line right up. 4. This goblin's going to line up. Doesn't matter if he flips or not. The spider eats him and kills him. So spider gets 1 kill. Now we go down to here and focus on the big guy. 6. So this guy doesn't line up. It doesn't really matter if he flips or not, but he does flip. He misses because he doesn't line up. We miss. Our weapon now flips over at least. Done. We have to fatigue a move. That's the only problem with our dude here, is we're going to start to fatigue pretty quickly fighting these goblins. We almost should have let the other guy pacify them. Oh well. Oops, up here. Spider is going to take another one of these dudes off of our guy here, because he can lure one again. We're going to go for that dude. Now we're in a little bit of a conundrum, because we don't want this guy to hit us first, because he would actually damage his breastplate. So we sort of have to play this, and now we're going to start to fatigue. So, not great. But we can only hope... Oops. We can only hope that this guy lines up here. So we get a 4. So everybody stays put. That's good. That's good for the Barrow Wight. This guy flips. This guy does not flip. Our attack is the same speed, but longer. We're going to hit him and do medium damage and kill him. So we killed one. The spider killed one. This guy misses. We have to fatigue. We are gonna fatigue. Ugh, this sucks quite a bit. We're gonna fatigue this chit. You regret purchasing Power World. I don't regret it. I got actually quite a few hours off of Power World. I need to get back to it someday. Unfortunately, my addiction to buying games sometimes precludes getting back to games that I really should get back to. But no, I don't regret it. I actually think Power World was a pretty good buy. There's a lot of games that I regret buying more than Power World. How's that? Is there something going on with Power World I should know? I just saw they had an update, so we're hoping for this guy to line up, I think. But he will not line up. He goes down one. If then we're hoping for him to flip. He does not flip. So this is a double miss up here. Line up. And he does line up, and the spider eats another victim. Done. And that's perfect, because now we're going to lure that guy. And so now, easy day. We can just sort of slow play it now. And let's shift down here. This is where the greatsword sucks, because there's no way to hit him faster. You can hit him the same speed, but you can't undercut him, and you can't hit him faster. You're going to have to take the shot. I'm actually going to just put my shield down there and hope we line up. We don't line up. In fact, he drops down here like a jerk. Does he flip again? He doesn't flip. So he actually dings this shield and then wounds me. So we're going to play that. We now have to fatigue an asterisk. Done. And now, strangely enough, the Barrow Wight is looking like the clever one here. Next round. This guy lines up. And it no longer matters what happens. This guy's attack's going to go off before this guy's. He does medium damage and kills him. So that's another one for the team. The spider does not kill his guy today. He doesn't flip. And now we're going to deploy. So what happens when we deploy is... So we're going to lure with this guy and then deploy with this guy. This guy becomes the defender on this character's sheet. That's what happens when we deploy. That's a weird luring and deploying. That's actually probably the most weird, complicated thing. Someday we'll talk about it. If anybody has any questions on the order of operations, you lure first. Everyone can take one guy. Then you randomly assign, if anyone's left. And then you can take any of your unassigned natives and followers and deploy them. And what deploying does is almost pull them off of whoever the monster is attacking and puts the monster on his own sheet with your guys. So it's a weird... So now... This spider is the defender. This character is an attacker. And we're an attacker. But now my guys can no longer control what side they're on. So he goes to the bottom, of course. But now everybody has to shift like a monster, except for me. Of course, I never do. He shifts down to here. And he shifts down to the bottom, like because he rolled a 2. He rolls a 3. Technically, my guys have to flip also. This guy never flips. He's a tremendous. But what is absolutely going to happen here is this spider's going to get hit for heavy damage, not enough, and he's going to get lined up and killed. So currently we killed one and our guys killed one. So we've scored 5 prowess right now as the Barrow Wight. So that this sucks a little bit because we don't get the multiplier because our guys killed everything. But we are going to get on in there. And play a little jerky. So we're going to play on this sheet. We're going to target the goblin. The goblin goes down 1. The goblin doesn't flip. This guy kills the goblin before anything else. He has to fatigue another move, so he fatigues this move and drags this one back. He has to fatigue a fight. He fatigues this one and drags this one back. That is our second goblin killed. So we get, so we get 1, 2, 3 points, plus the 4 is 7. So for 6 goblins, we get 7 prowess. Stinks a little bit because that could go a lot better if we killed more goblins as opposed to our guys killing all the goblins. But it is what it is. We did not take a bunch of damage. Goblins are dead. We did take some fatigue, but that's fine. This guy, strangely enough, took the worst of it. You wouldn't think he did, but he took the worst of it. He took a damage to his shield. He took a wound. He took a bunch of fatigue. Not great. Not great. Barrow Wight is way more suited for fighting a lot of little guys, right? Faster, just faster. So let's see what we got here. The Barrow Wight is heading for his last bridge. 1, 2, extra move 3. 1, 2, extra move to the valley. So move, then he has an extra move into the valley. The Pilgrim. So the Pilgrim was specifically trying to get to the Druid, but now the Pilgrim is specifically trying to get to... Man. Maybe the altar? The only danger is those damn serpents showing up. If the serpents show up, that's going to be a problem for the Pilgrim. Anything else shows up, that's not a problem for the Pilgrim. Pilgrim good with every roll but a 2 right now. If he goes to the altar. And I do want to go down back to the Horde and the Lair, but and I will, but that point is right there. So I think we're going to hide and go 1, 2, 3 to the altar. I think the Red Knight, ooh, a little banged up there, Red Knight. He's going to hide, move to the city, rest once, and search once. There we go. We're going to start the process. Ooh, he has an extra search. And he has an extra move. That's great. So now he has 2 more phases. So he's going to rest 3 times. Done. Now the Sorcerer is going to move out of here. Ugh, I hate to do it. I hate to do it. I think we're going to... Do we walk the woods and just get out of dodge? We needed to kill those goblins, for one thing. Because we have Goblin Slayer. We really want to get to the guardhouse to kill the challenger there. Sorcerer is stagnated right now and needs a little boost. Oh, excuse me. Oops. We need a little teeny boost. We need something to go our way here. I hate to use Skippy, the Wonder Squirrel, here so early in the week. It would also be great to just rest up all the phases. That would be nice. But we don't get much for killing these wolves. We can nuke them, and we can probably nuke a lot of them. The best we could do is to get them all in one fell swoop. And that would be 21 prowess. Get us to 49 prowess. And that's great, but that doesn't put us in first place. It puts us in second, which is where we are right now. Although it's becoming a tenuous second as opposed to an assured second. Or you get out of dodge and start moving on to the next thing. And I think that's what we do. I think we go 1, 2, 3 effectively. We walk the woods with Skippy. And go 1, 2. So that's 1, 2, 3 to the Oak Woods 2. And then we just start to rest. So we're gonna walk woods. Walk the woods again using Skippy to 5. Move and move to 2 in the other woods. Start this process of resting. Oh, we got a 3 again. So more goblins might appear, depending on where people end up. So we go here, 1, 1, and then we start to rest. So we're going to start to rest that shit, and then done. The Barrow Wight is moving into the valley. So he goes 1, 2, extra move into the valley, and he is done. The Red Knight hides, moves into the city, rests 3 times. He does not hide. He does move into the city. He does rest 3 times. I want 1, 2, 3. And what happens? Well, we definitely get Patter again. I think that's it. The Sorcerer sees an opportunity. The Red Knight is done. Oh, we did search. I'm sorry. We searched once. We do get a free search. It's a -1 because we have the map of the Lost City. how often does that ever happen? We roll a 5, we locate the lost city. So we actually get the crafter. He becomes your follower. Return him to a campfire to get the point and the boon. So he is with us. And then the pilgrim hides and moves to the altar. The hiding's the important part. We do hide. And we go 1, 2, and 3. These goblins go there. That's the end of the day. No fights except for the pilgrim. Now, this is where it becomes sort of funny. We're hidden. The pilgrim is hidden. The pilgrim can just sit there for pretty much all time. This guy can lure. And he's going to do that. These dudes still can't hurt the horse. If they flip, they do H star damage. Not enough to kill a tremendous warhorse. So we are just going to let this guy fight those guys. Looking for a 1 or a 4. We get a 2, so no dice on killing anybody. We will roll to see if they flip, because that could be important. This first box will flip. That's important for a reason. Second box doesn't. Third box does not. So what happens is these guys all hit this heavy warhorse. They do H damage, right? They did H star. The warhorse is armored, so it drops to H. H is not enough to hurt the warhorse. The warhorse is a really good piece of armor against almost anything. Now the joy is these guys are real slow now, all of a sudden. So we are going to, we can stack them up how we like. We're going to do this, and we're going to target that guy. So round 2, we're just looking for that guy to not flip. We line up. That's good. First box, does it flip? It does not. Does the second box flip? It does not. Third box? Does not flip either. The knight hits this guy for heavy star damage and kills him. Next round. 4, gonna line up. I don't care what happens to that first box, but we'll roll the second and third box. Second, third box. And the reason I'm putting them like this is so that there's always some, like if I flip these, there's always a guy on his dark blue side. And then that way, there's always a guy that I can target and undercut. I wouldn't necessarily do this if I was fighting with the Pilgrim, because that's a different set of circumstances. Because I know these guys can't hurt the guy on the warhorse, so he's literally riding around back and forth, sort of spearing them. That's 2 kills with our dude there. Next round. 1, we're going to line up again. Doesn't matter what happens. What about that second box? Nope, no flipping. Third box? No flipping. That guy gets killed. Done. Next round. This guy's just cutting down these goblins. Lines up. This guy's going to die. Do these 2 boxes flip? No, and no. So now it's clunky. Now we can actually stalemate this fight because we got to get someone to flip over here. Or line up again. And he does line up. So he's going to die no matter what. And then does this box flip or not? Ideally it does. And it does. We're going to target him last. Does he line up? He does not line up. But if he doesn't flip, he doesn't. So he gets undercutted. So he actually moved down here or whatever. But he got undercutted by this H4. So this knight cuts down 6 goblins. But we only get 6 points for it, of course, because we don't get the multiplier. Come on, where's the little stacky power when you need it? Nope. That took longer than just stacking. So we kill all 6 of these goblins. We killed all 6 of these goblins. And the sorcerer's like, what the hell you guys doing? What did you leave one for me? Leave one for me. All right. Oh. It's very close. The Pilgrim almost has stolen a point off of the Sorcerer there. We are going to move over our last bridge as the Barrow Wight. And then we're going to move back, of course. Then I think I want to rest twice and get our chits back. We will have bridge magic completed. Actually, I don't want to move back. I'm just going to rest twice. Have I searched since I found that thing? No, technically, I might still have this power here. So if I move and rest, I have nothing left to do. So I could just, yeah, it doesn't matter. Hide, I suppose, right? Done. The Pilgrim still needs to find the altar. So we're going to go hide, search. Done. The Red Knight. Feeling a little bit better about his chances. He is going to hide. Extra search. Oh, wait, he's done. He actually found the dude. Oh, right. So we don't need to search anymore. We just need to figure out where we're taking him. And we should at least see, what do we think we're going to do? We could take a medium bow, weirdly enough. Oh, we're not great with it. We're not great with a medium bow. We could take one for money. Strangely, I mean, that would almost be the thing. Extra hide and woods towels. That's fine, but that's not a great boon. This is great for any bow person. Jesus, the woods girl would kill to get this card. The Amazon would kill to get this card. Heck, the Black Knight and the Captain would kill to get this card because they would also be really good. Like the Black Knight would be great with a medium bow. I think the Captain would be great with a medium bow. This card is very OP for that small subset of characters that never sees a bow but really wants one. The Red Knight is not one of those characters. I almost wish we had a spear because he could upgrade it, but that's fine. We don't need any of that. We're we're good with our crappy giant sword here. It's probably just as well to get the point and just get moving. So I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 moves because we have extra move from the boots to the campfire. Turn in the crafter. That'll be our 6th card. And now the sorcerer. So the sorcerer... we're going to rest 2 times. Extra spell, X phase, spell, and spell. So that's going to get us, at least he's tapped, by the way. We walked the woods with him. He's been very useful, by the way. Skippy the squirrel, super useful. Super useful. He's not quite been what we didn't use him like we wanted to use him this last time, but that's fine. I think we still have the ability to get him done, but I feel the sorcerer is falling behind. I mean, he is objectively falling behind, but I just, like, you know how you feel certain characters get stuck in part of the game, and that's where I feel the sorcerer is. I do think he can get down here, though. The main problem with fighting the Lancer is that I don't want to be hidden, but we're allied. We can do a meeting roll and resolve. So I think we might be able to just resolve this one. But we should definitely go in ready to be attacked. So, but that's it. For day 24, we're going to rest up and we're going to get our spells back and done. Oh, it's more ogres, more wolves, more goblins. And we only have 1 octopus, so. The Red Knight goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No one appears. And we turn in the crafter for another card. Bringing us to 12 points altogether. We're going to take a medium bow as our reward. Primarily because it's 8 flipping gold. Done. Assuming we can sell it. But we do have the Bashkars on the board. We get Snake Charmer, so find me some snakes. The next character up is the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer is going to do a bunch of resting. He's going to drag these 2 chits in, and then he's going to turn these 2. Boom, boom, done. So now we're back into fighting trim. We go here. These 2 chits are now pointless because we've scored the bridge. The bridge magic is scored. That is the 9th card for the Barrow Wight. And his 11.5 points. So we are still sort of fighting it out here. We do rest twice to bring that chip back. And then we hide and it's pointless, though. I don't even care. We're not going to roll it. He gets a card, though. Oh, he gets a float charm. Which I do have items for. I just don't like how these items turned out. So I do plan, by the way, I don't know when this is going to happen. So yeah, you see, they're really, really ugly. I do plan to make a set of item cards. And indeed, the entire set of item cards in the game. And try to make them look as close to this as possible. And then, once I do that, I'm going to then add a bunch of items from a bunch of the expansions that, from the expansions that have existed. Think of a couple items that we might be able to add to the game. And then we'll have a whole new set of items to go with our whole new set of quests. So very, very excited for that. I just got to get to it. I got a lot of shit to do. We have plant flag. Not great, but you know, this stage in the game, that would be a Caves 5. If the caves weren't up here, I'd be excited about it. And the problem is, you've got to clear out the entirety of the caves. So that is a non-starter almost for this guy. So that is a bummer. Are you worried AI will replace you real as a D&D DM? Really? That's a good question. No. Not in any... Eventually it will, but by that time I will be dead or near dead, and it won't matter. Like in 20 years, maybe. Right? I mean, first off, I do think that we're seeing the beginnings of the crack in the AI magic bubble. I do think that people are realizing like CEOs even are realizing, oh yeah, we're not actually seeing returns on this crap like we thought we would. You know, it's not working out like we expected. You really can't replace all your coders with AI. I mean, yeah, right. No. Think again. It's a totally different number. Totally different number. Add 15 to that, and I think you're a little closer to the truth there. But having said that, right? You know, LLMs. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, so again, there are use cases for LLMs. There absolutely are use cases, and there are use cases for machine learning models. Absolutely 100%. Here's why I don't think it actually will replace me as a DM. So let's pretend. So let's do. So hold on, give me 1 second. I still have the Pilgrim to do. Let's do the Pilgrim, and then I will take 2 minutes. 2 minutes to sort of figure out the rest of that. The rest of this discussion here. So nothing's going to appear there. Nothing's going to appear there. Yeah, it's the Pilgrim. So he has to hide. And he does. And he searches 3 times for the altar. A 4 or a 1. That is a fail. That is a fail. Come on, baby. That is a... Oh, my God. That's a fail. That's a 5 and a 4. So nothing happens. We do get the last set of goblins. Here's where I'm worried. This last set of goblins is bad for the knight. Because on this side, these guys kill the horse and then kill him. So there is a set of rolls which becomes amazingly dangerous for the knight. So we can't just willy-nilly throw the knight in and hope that we kill those guys. So we now have to be careful in this top. We've finally gotten through all the wuss goblins, and now we got the big bads. So can we take, is it okay? There's only, who's left? There's 4 people on this channel right now. So it's you, Michael, Nutmeg, and 1 other person to whom I apologize. To whoever you are, I'm glad you're here. I apologize. I'm going to go off on a small tangent. So let's talk about AI. And let's talk about it being a DM. The thing about LLMs is they're super flashy in the sense that at first you could be very impressed. I mean, it's a very impressive trick, right? Oh my God, this thing generates text. It generates text which has to do with my text. Holy crap, that's amazing. It seems to be answering my question. And it is an amazing, impressive piece of technology. Let's not be dismissive of what has occurred. But what you have to understand is this thing is simply taking an amalgam of everything that's already been put out there and smushing it together, right? And that's fine. Some of the stuff out there is amazing. Some of it's absolute crap. So we have democratized mediocrity. I can make very ho-hum mediocre art if I want to by stealing everyone else's copyrighted work and throwing it into a model. I could write very mediocre text. Now, I'm not a great writer and I'm not an artist. So both of those things, frankly, are still amazing to me. But here's where it won't appreciably, right now, it cannot match as a DM. If you sat there, A, it starts to lose the thread very quickly. B, it can't really interpret the rules. It produces sort of very samey things. If you ever actually ask it for scenario ideas, you realize that, yeah, you're getting some very generic stuff, but but it's sort of very dull, very ho-hum. Hey, maybe some goblins stole the necklace, and that's fine because I do that all the time. I do, oh, goblins stole the necklace, and then the party goes and chases down the goblins, and that's fine. But I could have done all that. Like, that's nothing. It never comes up with anything where I go, oh, okay, that helped, that helped me. Unless I'm doing like mundane details that I don't care for, like give me 10 words or 10 book titles in a mage's cabinet, right? And the stuff like that is fine. So right now it just doesn't, since there's no understanding and it's just slamming text together, it falls over in context, it falls over on rules. So it's never going to adjudicate a game, really. Now, assuming it gets better, let's say it just gets better and better and better and better. And that, it can, and it's never generating an idea. It's only sort of stirring the pot and throwing words back at you. And so it's not like it's ever going to come up with something and you go, oh, right? It's never that surprising, I feel, or at least I've not seen it be surprising. I mean, I spend a lot of time. I like when it praises my questions. Dustin, that's an amazing question. That is a very astute. I should start doing that. That is a very astute observation. I spend a lot of time in between sessions of my tabletop game thinking about how all the loose ends that I've thrown out there and that we have sort of, played out, or character arcs that haven't gotten anywhere, or like I spend a lot of time in between sessions then trying to tie them together, right? And that's a couple things that I don't think it will ever quite get to. I think at some point it will be reasonably adept at creating a reasonably dull, mundane sort of campaign. But a lot, I think there's a point where it'll never read the table. Like, it will never sit. I suppose you could get cameras and do facial recognition and do mood, right? Analyze mood, and when it decides that you're bored, it throws, given sufficiently advanced technology that's magic, sure, I think it will replace me as a DM. But until we get to the magic part, I don't think it sits there and reads the table. It doesn't realize that Scott's wife needs to fight in the first, 20 minutes of the game, or else we lose her. AI would never kill all the Janes. Absolutely. Well, that's part of the point I'm trying to make. Like, so one of the things that I do, and don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody to do this. I'm a lot like the writers of Lost. in that I am perfectly okay to dangle a mystery out there when I think some weird fact or some little occurrence or happenstance might be intriguing. I will absolutely fish one out, like toss one out and go, oh, what about this? And then everybody's like, oh crap, what about that? I don't know the answer because I haven't thought of it yet. And I will drag that play out. That's funny. I will drag that play and until I can then sit there in the shower or at night laying in bed or whatever and go, aha, this is the answer to that. And it makes perfect sense given the context of all the things we've talked about before. And I'm going to tie that thread back in now. And this is what this does to the overall storyline. I don't think an AI does that ever. An LLM never does that. Sophisticated or not, it's never going to do that. One of the things in that very same campaign with the kill all the Janes, it was eat all the Janes, by the way, was one of the characters that we had, who was the staff time kid. This is in a previous campaign, which is what the character is based off of in the game that I'm running solo now. We were fighting. He was doing a thing. And he got smashed by the bad guy, and it turns out he was a robot. Like, there you go, he's a robot. Everybody's like, what, you're a robot? And he's like, right? And everybody's like, what the hell? What's going? And then, so I talked to him afterward. Helps that he's my kid and he's trapped in the house. And so we decided that he was, this becomes convoluted. So maybe it wasn't a good story to bring up. He was with Hephaestus in Hephaestus's Clockwork City, which has the power to run time slower in the city, faster in the city, or totally stop it in the city. And because of the events of the campaign, the city was jacked up. It had some kind of time quake thing, and so he was using Casey, who was the time kid, to stabilize the city, and he replaced him with an automaton robot. Didn't know it when we first did the thing, when we first had the reveal, and then only afterward did that come about. Humans can do that. Computers aren't as good as that, and I don't think, like I said, an LLM's not going to do that. Have you ever been called out for a bullshit claim in D&D and refused to die on that hill, even though you need deep down to be messed up? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, have I ever adjudicated something incorrectly? Probably, yes. I almost guarantee it. Have I ever made bad DM decisions and regretted it afterward? Yes, absolutely. Have you ever done things where you said, damn it, if I handled that a little bit different or better, that game would have gone way smoother, and it ended up everybody was dissatisfied with how that all played out? Yes, 100%. 100% have done that. Have I ever made a bullshit claim in D&D and died on that hill, and even though I messed up? If you're talking a rules claim, well, no, because that's too easy to simply pull out a book, right? Like no one's going to let you suck that up and keep doubling down on your stupid claim. They're just going to pull the damn Dungeon Master's Guide and go, see here on page 111, Gary Gygax says blah blah. I mean, you're done, right? There's no, so no, never in that sense. Have I adjudicated poorly? Sure. Messed up pacings and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, thousands of times. you know, had a combat that you misjudged and you said, "Fuck, this is dragging on." Um, yeah, absolutely, 100%, 100%. So we have the Barrow Wight. I don't like any of his quests right now with where he's at. Having said that, he can get the hermit. He can get the hermit right now. So I think he's going to go in and get this hermit. And I assume that I am still, since I have this up here, although I might have forgotten, but I'm not going to go back and watch the tape. So I'm going to go in, move in, and then we'll use our hides. So we're going to move and then extra hide and hide, and we're going to be in the cavern. Because we get an extra phase in the cavern. Well, and caves in general. We didn't find the altar, did we? We didn't find it. No, that was this cocked die right there. That guy. That guy was not cool. So that's looking a little worse than it was just a second ago. Hard to believe you messed up. That was an amazing observation, Dustin. No. I would love to find that altar. I have a chit now. I can actually get a spell out of the altar too, which is sort of nice. But I don't like those goblins being here. The sorcerer loves the goblins being here. He needs the goblins here. But he also needs them here, not in the caves, because he needs to move in, hide, move in, and alert. And that's 3 phases, and you can't do that in a cave for the sorcerer. So, he would love for those guys to get drawn out of there. The Pilgrim would love them to go away. He also needs cash because he is also losing his guy on day 29. Even though it feels like we're running longer than we've run in the past on these. Like I'm really slow playing today, but it's fine. And I tell you who would love to fight those goblins if we could drag them up here, the damn bats. The bats would be awesome. Hard to pull off for the Pilgrim because it takes resting that shit over and over. There's what, 1 bat? No, this is 2 bats. Like he would love to have like all 6 bats against these 6 goblins. The 6 bats win. 3 bats against the goblins. The bats probably still pull it off. Just guessing. What's the Pilgrim gonna do though? Uh, where can I sell this Eye of the Moon? Is really the question. I suppose I could sell it at the house. I have no problem with the soldiers. We do not have enough money to otherwise. We did get some though, right? No, we're down to 2 still. We're down to two cash. We would be up to 15. I say what we're going to do is hide twice, search twice. Hope for some luck here. The Red Knight has turned in all his crap. Still looking to consult a demon. And still looking to... Snake Charmer doesn't suck. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's nothing else in there for him, really. Demon, Snake Charm, Herbalist. I don't think we're... What does Herbalist look like? Dank W. I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're going to turn that in at the end of last night. Cursebreaker. That's even worse, by the way. Oh, that's terrible. And we're not going to stay here another day just to get rid of Cursebreaker. And the nest is in a terrible location. Like, man, I don't like this board. Like, there are so many things to dislike right now about where we are on the board. Now the Red Knight's winning, so he's not super concerned, but he does know that the Barrow Wight is going after that Hermit and that he will pull ahead. So we are going to need points. And if we were running this game till the end, we're gonna need points. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the shrine. Extra move, move, shrine. Done. Because we have an extra move. If we're in the shrine, have we found the shrine yet? We have not found the shrine. We're going to do an extra search while we're there. And done. And the Sorcerer. Survivor is pointless. I think we're going to try to just make nice with the guy for Survivor. So that's going to be 1, 2. There's no good way through the Borderlands. I was thinking of using this gate to this gate, right? But he ends here. He goes 1, 2. He's still stuck once. Now that's okay, I suppose. He does have... So I'm going to go 1, 2 to the gate. So we are going to move and move to the gate. Rest, extra spell X and spell, and that will get us another chit flipped over and this one in play. Done. Okay, sorry, that took a super long time. I apologize. I am overthinking everybody's move. 3. The promise of a longer game may or may not ever happen. 1, 2. Whoops, we move this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We search once. We're looking for a 4 or a 1. We get a 4. He finds the Red Knight. It's coming up, Red Knight. He finds the shrine. And goblins are going to move today, huh? Okay, well. The sorcerer goes to here. Rest once, flip that guy. Done. The Barrow Wight moves in and hides. He rolls 1 die only to hide. 2, he is hidden. We flip these chits. Oh, there's no more goblins. Goblins would totally appear in here. Absolutely 100%. But they do not appear because they're all out or dead. The Pilgrim. What's the Pilgrim doing? The Pilgrim is hiding twice. And he does hide. He then searches to locate that altar. He fails once. This is going to be the big roll. He's got it this time. He does have it. He actually locates the altar. I was pretty sure it wasn't going to happen. Ugh. So he does score the altar. That's his 5th card. Good for him. That's his 6.5 points. So his score is not unreasonably bad. It just looks bad in relation to everybody else's glorious score. Now the problem is these guys show up. I don't know that we're going to spend much more time here at the altar. And we are done. I definitely don't think we're fighting. The funny thing is the Pilgrim can kill one of these guys absolutely around. The problem is as soon as one of those goblins, so he could take a goblin, come out of ambush, kill it. So that would leave 5 goblins. So he would take 1 goblin. This guy would take 4 goblins. 1 box is going to line up. It's a 30% chance every round that that box flips and then becomes deadly for the horse. So that ain't good. So in 2 rounds, he would kill 2. He would take 1. There would be 3 goblins on the guy's sheet. And so on. So, though that fight, if we were forced into it, could be winnable if we were lucky, it is not in any way, shape, or form a good fight. Better with bats. It's absolutely better with some bats. Because the bats could take up a goblin each. So, I think we're going to consider that. So we do score locate the altar. These guys do come. We are hidden, and so we are sort of done. The sorcerer is given sort of new life a little bit with this because he has a way to get there. He has Deepwoods 1/4. He can actually go. Okay, all right, that's interesting. What time is what are we doing here? 25. So day 26. We were writing day 26. Well, we know until the end of the month, this tile is absolutely free with the Cobb. Nope, and Howl will only do it in mountains. So we're gonna move. Well, we're gonna move and move, yeah, to the Hermit, and then extra search done. The Pilgrim needs to get out of dodge, and He needs to get out of Dodge. He needs to... I think we're going to move to the house. We will hide, and we will trade. Our guy's not feeling too good about his life choices at the moment. There's literally a single card on there. I'll spend 1 day here. I am going to rest, extra search, search. Maybe find the Toadstool Circle. Maybe not. If I were to get cursed, I could run to the Hermit. I could run to the Order. Don't like either. I don't like the Order, but we could do it. The Sorcerer. Hide. Alert. Move. Into the Goblin. Done. And that is going to be day 26 is coming up here. And there we go. And we need a monster roll. 4 giants and trolls. The Barrow Wight is first. He rushes up to the Hermit. He's going to do 2 searches. We need a 4 or a 1. We do not find him there. We do not find him there. We are done. The Pilgrim goes 1, 2. The Pilgrim could be hidden or could not be hidden. He is not hidden. He is going to try to trade once with the soldiers. Remember that we do cheese that roll. He has to at least score not trouble. Or not block battle. He does score not block battle. He can sell. He's going to sell the Eye of the Moon to the soldiers. That's $13. But don't get me wrong, like a thrusting sword or there are different weapons that the soldiers have that he would love to have. Same thing with the armor. He wouldn't mind any of this armor either. So I'm not saying that he'll, would never buy it, but he certainly could. Right? Helmet, shields, all that stuff. Instead, he's going to take the $13. And he's up to $15. And the reason is he's got to rehire his guy here before long. We normally wouldn't care because it's going to be the end of the game, but that's not the case this time. We're going to go a little bit further. Back to the Lost Castle. He has a cache in the castle. That doesn't suck. I don't mind that one. He is going to drop both of these, I think, though, at the end of the day. Natives arrived and plant your flag. Ugh, God. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So he can draw natives to wherever they would normally show up. I don't know that he likes anyone else. He doesn't really like anybody else. He is going to draw the patrol because they are likely to vex him at some point, and he's going to put them at the guardhouse. Done. And then burn that card. And he can do that immediately. And he gets escort. The nearest visitor to you who's in a dwelling needs an escort. The shaman needs an escort. So we have escort the shaman to the inn. Plant flag, and we'll roll that in a minute. Escort shaman to inn. And we do need to roll where plant flag is. And it is Mountain 2. Rocky Mountain High. Clearing 2. That's not the worst to get to. It is certainly doable. Yeah, we'll figure that out in a minute here. So that was the Pilgrim's move. Sorry about that. This is the Sorcerer's move. What is the Sorcerer doing? Oh, right. He's hiding, alerting. Hide. This is important. He does hide. He alerts. He walks in. There is nothing left to challenge to show up there. He has alerted this chit. And then our guy stays one more day. He rests twice. That pulls in all of his move chits, so he is healthy again. He searches 3 times. We're just going to loot 3 times. What we're going to hope to find is, really we're hoping to get like a 2, right? We get a 3. So this card is here. This card is the second card. That's 1, 2, nope. Or double 1s. That'd be nice. 3. We don't find anything. And the demon doesn't show up. We have 1 fight. And the Pilgrim does need to roll. So we're going to roll for the Pilgrim against the soldiers. We're looking for no trouble. We get no trouble. The Sorcerer has 6 goblins to shoot. And we're shooting. We do have to fatigue, of course, there, and we have to fatigue this shit. This shit's going to attack the goblins. We have 6 goblins in a row. Only a 6. Only a 6 screws up and doesn't kill a goblin. It'd be nice to get a clean sweep and get the 21. We probably won't get it. But who knows? Well, we already don't get it. That's a liver. He lives. That's a dyer. He dies. Liver. Liver. Oh my god. I am... okay. Live. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh my god. That makes up for his incredible luck with the stupid dragons before. He shouldn't have had... the karma seeps back. Magic Realm's like, hold on, hold on, I run this show. So the Sorcerer has the worst fireball ever. He immediately becomes unhidden. He did kill 1 goblin. For 1 prowess, and he does actually get Goblin Slayer. So he does get his 8th card point. So that was the real reason. But it would have been super nice to have so these 2 chits are fatigued. He then has to burn this one to melt into mist, or else they're going to kill him. And he doesn't want that. So he is going to... You think tech companies lose their social license to build data sensor? Oh God, I hope so. Lord, I hope so. I mean, here's the issue. The issue is that, you know, it's going to be currently it's the politicians that are deciding these things. And the politicians don't pay the same electrical bills that you and I do, really. They don't, right? A lot of the politicians aren't living the same lives that we are, which is part of the problem, by the way. And so as long as they're making decisions, right, it's a lot like stadiums. Right now, it seems like a good deal because, oh, we're going to get jobs and we're going to, it never pans out, by the way. Those subsidies for private companies to build those things almost never pan out. Stadiums are not economic boons for the communities they're in. Giving plants and stuff big tax breaks almost invariably kicks the can down the road. You don't get as many jobs as you think. I mean, the people negotiating on our behalf are not necessarily negotiating in our best interest, and they're not necessarily that shrewd. Is the problem. I do think that companies will lose their social license, whatever the hell that means. But yes, why am I allowing someone to build, right? If my neighbor all of a sudden used $1 million in electricity and somehow I'm footed with the bill, I'm going to be pissed at my neighbor. So it doesn't matter that the neighbor is, a company. So yeah, I definitely think there's going to be a huge backlash. I think there's going to be a huge backlash when no gamer can buy a machine anymore. When the cost of a gaming computer skyrockets to $4,000+, I think people are going to go, wait a minute. These companies aren't doing us any good. Well, and that's just it, right? I mean, we really need, um, we need our folk, uh, our local and state politicians and representatives to be doing a better job at understanding what the long-term economic benefits and penalties are for these things and act accordingly. And they haven't been for decades. So I don't necessarily see them stopping that now. But I do think there will be a point where people are just like, yeah, these data centers, none of this is worth it. None of this is worth it. What are we getting out of this shit? Tell me. Mass surveillance. That's it. That's the whole end game of this is mass surveillance. And depressed wages. Yay. And skyrocketing GPU costs and skyrocketing RAM costs and the potential crash of the stock market and no jobs. Oh, ha ha ha. What are we doing? What are we doing? How is Oh, absolutely. 100%. I'm so okay. So here's what I'm going to what time is it? Is it 11? No, it's 10:30. I am going to take my break right now because it's about that time given where we're at here. I'm going to take a break right now because I need to clear up my nose. I need to either get an antihistamine up there or something to clear out. Take a break right now and get something to drink, and then we can chat more as we go into the final of the regulation, the final 2 days of regulation, and we'll see if the Barrow Wight or the Red Knight can generate any points in the final 2 days. Now, here's the funny part. Again, given if the game were to end, then the Red Knight really just needs to sit where he is and hope the demon pops. If we're playing longer, then the Red Knight really needs to move out and start doing more things, right? That's sort of the funny part is, so we'll talk about that. Give me a minute. I will be back. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, all right. Cleared up a little bit. We got a little bit of Knob Creek here for the for the nightcap. Um, we have the quiet core. We have the core group of folks hanging out for Magic Realm late into Wednesday evening. And I mean, as to your question, I have this weird fantasy where the entirety of humanity drops off the internet and we wait to see how long it takes for companies to catch up with the idea that no one's on their shit. and and it's like months. That's my fantasy. My fantasy is it's months that the bots just Twitter at each other and keep just going back and forth, and everybody in the whole planet is just going, I don't know. um. So okay. Obviously, we need to find the hermit. That's going to score our point. There's otherwise no reason to be in these caverns. So I'm going to search, and extra search. And we're going to hope to score that last point, before, like I said, the end of regulation. Done. And the hermit, I don't think is a dwelling. The hermit is not a dwelling, so he can't turn in his cards once he finds him. We have made money. We have made money. Yeah, right. I mean, I do. I will say this. One thing that makes me happy, not really happy, but one thing that makes me interested with this clunky, brave new world is I do wonder, like, like, at what point authenticity becomes a currency, right? Oh, I know that you're a human. I can verify that you're a human, and you do human things, and you do them either on the internet or off the internet, and that becomes valuable again. Right? I think we went anonymity was important to us at first on the internet, and I wonder if that, I mean, and it was privacy, so it's weird, right? Because anonymity on the modern internet, anonymity does not mean privacy. It only means that certain folks don't know who you are. It doesn't mean that the powers that be don't know who you are. They're tracking the shit out of everything you do everywhere. Tinfoil hat, but it is true. If you're on the incognito mode does not mean that no one knows what you're doing. It means that your ISP absolutely knows you're doing. Yeah, right. They're 100% watching. Snowden should have told us that we, right. So privacy's dead. At that point, frankly, I think anonymity should go away. I personally think you should just use your name on the damn internet now, because if you're being tracked, then it's actually more important for me to know that you're you. And in this age of deep fake AI bullshit, it really behooves me to know who you are. So we're gonna escort this guy. Do I have any deep woods? I do not have a deep woods whatchamacall here. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, into the deep woods. Oh no, I need to hire. Oh gosh darn it. Because he goes away at the end of day 29. So I need to hire. I have just enough money to do it. Where's best to do it? I routinely delete my Reddit accounts. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know what the... Yeah. I suppose my... I still doom scroll Reddit, and that's my fault. I really need to stop. Um, because it doesn't do anything for me anymore. Reddit used to be a place where I used to engage a bit more. I really don't that much anymore. I do like it for the occasional. I'm gonna move to Deep Woods 5. Um, I just don't want to have to roll off against the soldiers every day that I'm trying to hire my guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go to Deep Woods 5. You engage with Reddit, you lose sanity points. Well, hence we're here. Yeah, I get you. I totally get you. There are good subreddits. Once you get over too many people, the subreddit goes to shit. Well, it's the eternal September, right? That's what everybody used to say about Usenet. Back in the day, you when when um when Usenet took a dive in quality, it was because the freshmen were coming in. Everyone was back at school. The new freshmen were coming in, and they just shit all over the place. Um, and again, I think part of it is anonymity, frankly. I think that people behave badly when they're anonymous, and now that has sort of expanded itself, and now a lot of people just behave badly. Um, what's our guy trying to do? Our Red Knight likes the Bashkars. He likes the rogues. He would love to see a demon appear. He doesn't want to fight those goblins because those goblins can hurt. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, by the way. I don't hate it. At this juncture, I don't think there's any value in, again, anonymity anymore online because you don't have any privacy. So anonymity, I think, just hurts us. It just means that I don't know who you are and you think that you can be an asshole as opposed to I have protection from retribution from my government or, the powers that be. No, I hear you, Nutmeg. And I think sometimes I think I'm stupid. Um, and certainly it only takes one bad actor to make me realize how dumb I'm being using my name online. But I have not met that bad actor yet, so let's knock on wood. So I think the Red Knight is going to go one dead chicken. Right? Absolutely, yes. Well, because again, that's one of those where you go, well, that's not fair to your family, kind of, right? That's sort of that vibe where you go, if it's just me, then yeah, sure, someone's got to. But if it's other folks, I do think that is an issue. So this Red Knight, huh, imagine getting swatted during a solo Skyrim run. That would be awful. That would be awful. If nothing else, they'd break the door, and then I'd have to get the damn door repaired. Let's not have that happen. I again, this you'd finally go viral. I don't want to go viral actually. Um, there you go. I don't want to go. Strangely enough, I do not want to go viral. I would love to have a comfortable level of YouTube um, notoriety such that I could reach the 1,000 subscribers on both channels. Done. That's literally all I want. Anything else, actually, I feel is too much. I don't know if that makes me sound like a dummy or what. It does, you know. Yes, I need a lot of whales to show up. Where's my whales? Where's my whales? Where's Brandon Fraser when you need him, for God's sake? I don't know what to do with this Red Knight. I don't know what to do with this Red Knight. I think on day 28, it behooves him to be in the borderland, if I'm to be quite honest. I think that is key. If he could end up in the borderland, if he ends up in the borderland on day 28, then he has 2 dice to try to get this to pop, and this would be worth 2 card points to him. He can, Chris. He can do anything. So I think I'm going to either I'm the master of my tabletop domain. So either we go and we sell this bow. Now we're 1, 2, 3, 4. We either go 1, 2, 3 trade, sell the bow, sell the map of the lost city. He's going to be pissed when he finds out the game doesn't end the end of the week. Yeah, no kidding. He is going to be annoyed. Sell this bow, sell the map. That's going to give you 11 more gold, putting me super close to getting the bonus. So we're going to move to the camp, and we're going to trade once. And then the last day, we're going to move back to here. Now, keep in mind, we actually have an extra move phase. So this is extra move. So we can trade twice. I don't know that we would need to trade twice, but we could indeed trade 2 times. And that's going to get us, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We get to here. And then the only thing that can appear on our space is the serpents, which we have a card for. So on day 28, we want to be here, and we want to hope to get the altar to pop and the dank to pop, and that's going to give us potentially 2 points in the borderlands. So that's the Red Knight's mini plan. The Sorcerer's mini plan, well, he did score a VP. He gets to keep this card. We're going to put this one in the discard pile for him. This is his, if we return to a visitor, we're going to get 5 gold, which is fine, I suppose. I don't super care. Goblin Slayer does go away, technically, because we did complete it. We get Ancient Scroll. Bring any. And that's fine, with the caveat that we also have to get to a visitor. We've you know, the visitors are out. That shaman is leaving. God damn it. What do we want to do? The Lancer is fine, challenge-wise. He is fine. Red Knight has no loyalty. No, he does not have any loyalty. Absolutely not. I suppose we could run to the house, the soldiers. That would give us our 5 gold, because he's still there. He's still there. And then, frankly, I would consider... I love the fact we killed 1 goblin. That is a very low chance to happen, by the way. That's really low. We have 15 gold right now. The new Fallout episode. No, I did not see the new Fallout episode. So, and I think the second season is weirdly scattered. I'm enjoying it because I like them bouncing from obvious Fallout 4 situation or Fallout 3 situation to obvious Fallout 4 or 3 situation. Like that is making me vaguely happy, even though I realize I'm not actually watching a plot. I'm just sort of watching whatever the hell I'm watching. What is this sorcerer going to do? I get 5 gold if I go back there. I could sell both these potions for 12 more. So 20, 32 gold. That would indeed give me some shit to work with here. Are the soldiers going to dink with me? I'm unfriendly with them. So not great. Not a great look. If I go move to the house. Hide and trade? Now, if I do buy drinks for them, so keep in mind, now I'm just going to trade and trade, right? Well, they're unfriendly. Let's look at the unfriendly chart. Keep in mind, if I trade and just sell, the only thing that ruins me is a 6. So this would be essentially, if I trade twice, I have a 90% chance of getting it done once. They don't insult because when you sell, you don't really have to roll. I just make us roll because I don't like I don't like selling to your enemies. I don't like selling to your unfriend. Like, I think you should be penalized for doing that. We're penalized by possibly not getting it done. If we do it twice, we have a good chance of doing it. And I'm going to sell both of these because both of these are effectively potions now. That'll give me 12 bucks. This will give me 5 bucks. That'll give me a bunch of cash. And then we can hopefully pull ahead of maybe the Barrow Wight. And that'll give me a point and get him a little closer to where we need to go. With the caveat that then the soldiers might try to kill the sorcerer. And that's going to suck. So, all right. Sorry, again, these are taking forever. Largely because I'm yapping continuously, so that's on me. I'm not gonna not yap, but I'm just saying. I like how we've cleared the bottom half of this board here. Actually, we've cleared a lot of the damn board. The Red Knight goes to the camp and trades. Red Knight goes to camp. He's going to sell this and this. Oh, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to keep the map of the Lost Castle in case. So we're going to sell these 2 things to our buddies, the Bashkar, for 11 bucks. That gives us 51 bucks. $70 is the cutoff for the bonus, including the original 10 that you had. At the end of the day, he'll probably turn in Cursebreaker because that is not an easy, that's a bad look. The Sorcerer runs over here, and the Sorcerer is going to sell everything he has, but he does have to roll on the unfriendly table. A 6 means he cannot sell. Can't sell. Tries again with the second trade phase. Can sell. Done. We're going to sell this and turn this in to the visitor who's still there. Funny if the Pilgrim walked out first. If the Pilgrim went first, he'd be gone. So good lucky call out. He gets 17 bucks. And so that gives the Sorcerer 32 bucks. Now that's going to steal 1 point right now from the Barrow Wight. And this game is looking, again, even weirdly closer than it was just looking. And I think we just delete this card, and I think we delete these cards. Because I don't want to actually deal with... Done and done. The Sorcerer is done with his turn. The Barrow Wight is what? Searching 3 times. He needs a 4 or a 1. That's a fail. That's a fail. That is a success. So the Barrow Wight, there you go, is going to get some of his points back here. He scores the damn Hermit. He's like, stop taking my points, people. That gives him 11.5 points again. But had the Sorcerer not stolen that point from him, he would have totally the lead would have changed. Now the Pilgrim is going to move to Deep Woods 5. And I don't think anything appears. Don't think anything appears anywhere. Now, unfortunately, we have purple magic in every clearing. That's unfortunate for 2 of our guys. They are melted in the mist today. So we got to keep that in mind when we do their moves. They're not going to actually be able to do anything but move, pretty much. But I don't think that matters for the Barrow Wight. He is... he's going to go 1, 2, 3 into the Deep Woods. Move into the Deep Woods. And we need to be explicit as to where we're going. Because we're going to Deep Woods 2. The Pilgrim is going to move to Oakwoods 2. And higher, higher, higher. It's all HR for the Pilgrim. The Red Knight gets Explore the Cliffs. That's cool. I dig that. Where's the damn cliff? It's over here. He could score 2 points with that. He is going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, though, and hide once. Hide. Oop. Extra search, too, he might as well. And he's hoping to roll a 2 for the monster roll. The Sorcerer is, well... oh, he did have to roll for the damn soldiers. The soldiers challenged him, which sort of sucks. That's the end of the day. So his choice is to... I don't think he can flee because he's not fast enough. His choice is to either melt into mist and stay there, in which case he can... I'm going to do that. I'm going to melt into mist. I'm going to have them block battle me. Then I'm going to melt into mist. And then I'm going to stay there still, and then I'm going to turn these two in and get new cards at the end of the day. That's the problem. If you leave, you can't get the cards. You have to end your day there. And we get Snake Charmer, which doesn't suck, and Bury the Dead, which sucks a little. Done and done. Okay. And then, frankly, end of the day, we are melted into damn mist all day. So it really just comes down to, where do you want to be tomorrow? One, two. Yeah, and that's the problem, is we can't, oops, we're not actually in a great position. Wish we had an extra phase we could get to here. That would be cool. We do not have an extra phase. Nonetheless, we are going to, I suppose, try to end up at that gate. Do we know where Bones W is? Yes, it's right there. I mean, you could do that too, I suppose. You could get Bones W. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could get to here. So we'll go to Deep Woods 2. Done. Okay. There's our last day. We do get 2 rolls. Some monsters might reappear. We sort of could use some monsters to reappear. We're going to roll 2 2s. No, we roll 2 4s, which also sucks a bit. But it does bring back our giants. They come back to life. A bunch of trolls are going to come back to life. We could have used 2 different rolls to liven the board up a little bit. The ghosts do come back to life. And then it is time for the day. So he goes 1, 2, 3, and he is done. The sorcerer goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and he is done. And nothing's going to appear. The pilgrim goes into the oak woods to essentially hide, and then hires 3 times. Allied with the knights, he needs a 2 or a 1 to get the price down just low enough, and he does. Now here's the weird part. He could, if he wanted to, get him for free, but then become friendly until he paid it off. I think he's just going to pay -8. And now this guy is, what is this, day 28. We add 14. And so he's day 42. So it really means day 214. So the pilgrim does succeed in that. The red knight does what? He runs back. He's so hoping he runs up to the statue. So he hides. And he will search the statue. He doesn't find anything. Nothing appears. It spites him. And he is done. And that's it. We are done with the week. And technically, at that point, we'd be done with the game. Let's take one moment to sort of, just to reflect here. I love that score. That's such a good set of scores for these guys. The Red Knight ekes it out, largely because the Sorcerer stole the gold. He sort of kingmaker the damn Barrow Wight there a little bit. And the Red Knight is so close to bonuses in both in prowess and close to bonus in gold. Um, and close to a bonus in gold as well. So very interesting game, very fun, and a fun set of characters. I don't mind the Barrow Wight as with the changes, the tiny tweaks that I made to him, because I think he just makes more sense. I love the Red Knight as a. I love the Red Knight as a what do you want to say? As a different version of the White Knight, if that makes any sense. The Sorcerer had a uncharacteristically good game, since usually I sort of flub him. And the Pilgrim, I'm just not great at the Pilgrim. I thought he did well, but just didn't pull it out, I suppose, at the end. So I suppose the question for you guys, and there's only 3 folks on, do you want to go another week or do you want to just chat? We'll call it here and we can just chat. I'll stay on for another hour or so and we can just hang out. Witch King versus Barrow Wight. I think the Witch King is better than the Barrow. Like, he's just a better character. The Barrow Wight is a decent character. He's that medium fighter guy kind of thing, for sure. Helped greatly by the 2 quests that he completed, which gave him extra guys. But I don't think he competes with the Witch King on the sheer destructive level, and so on. I do think the Red Knight is a winner, with the caveat that I don't like his Sword Orc very much, because I think his Sword Orc is very vulnerable and has really, really bad. Like, the Sword Orc is a problem. The Witch King's the end all be. He really is. He really is a omni. And again, only because of the extra spells that are in the game. So keep that in mind. That Death Ray is, it's not OP, but it's darn close. And I have nerfed the overall Witch King kit fairly nicely, I believe. But yeah, that spell is still really good for him, primarily because he has a Type 5/2 chit. He doesn't have, and a Type 5/3. His Type 5 chits are so fast that spell is really, really good. And he can melt into mist. Done. There you go. He has the 2 most powerful spells in the game, frankly. Done. And he has access to the 3rd most powerful spell in the game, which is Fiery Blast. So he literally has access to the 3 most powerful spells in the game. I shouldn't say that. Absorb Essence can be is up there. So, you know what? No, I take that back. He has access to all 4 of those spells. So the Witch King has access to a lot of good shit. And those are the best. That 4, 5, and 6, and hell, I mean, he has access to the most 5 powerful spells in the game because he has access to Transform if he wants it. So again, I think those are really, that's really why the Witch King is so good. So I say we call it here, not because I don't, just because I think that's a fitting end. A lot of the board is sort of dead. Like row 3, row 5, and 6 are dead, so you're going to see a lot of dead turns. Um, and if you're down, if you guys are hanging out, I'll hang out for a little bit. And if not, then we call it and get an early, sleep for tomorrow. So all good. I did not answer your question though about do I ever lay on the grass and think the Amish are on to something? I do. Like I said, I do wonder. I answered this a little bit. I suppose I do. You know, I do think that we are going to be essentially forced into pulling back from this hugely digital world that we've constructed. I think that the cost of goods, cost of computing stuff, the incessant need for us to be subscribed to things is just going to be too much for most people. And you're going to see people return to analog living a bit, more community, board games, like stuff like that. I think the price trajectories are becoming unsustainable for most folks. What happens when this computer dies? I can't replace it. I mean, I could, but but not for thousands of dollars. So, so I do think that we will have a little bit of Amish, like 8 years later without the zombies, a little bit. I do. I think we're gonna have a little bit of a pullback. You're gonna see um, just less engagement. I suppose I don't know what these companies are going to do. I mean, what does Microsoft do if no one buys a new computer, for 5 years? Now, it's not going to be no one. That's just silly. But, or no one buys Office 365, or no one, Copilot is a flop, or like, what are you going to do? I think they've all burned themselves into this weird, painted themselves into this weird late stage capitalism corner where, um, they wrecked the good thing they had going. So anyway, no, this was a good game. This was actually a very, very fun game. Uh, Red Knight, definitely a deserved winner. I just don't know that we can afford to go with it. I just don't get it. Like, at what point can you not sustain this? It's like fast food, for instance. I long for the days of affordable fast food. I like fast food. I'm a sucker for a Big Mac. I'm a sucker for a stupid McDonald's fish sandwich. I love a good McRib. I used to love McDonald's fries. Love all that shit. Don't mind a Wendy's burger here and there. A Burger King Whopper Jr. is a wonderful thing. I don't gotta do fast food anymore. That's silly. That's expensive. I mean, if I'm gonna go out to eat, I'll just go out to eat. But I'm not gonna go and pay $30 for fast food. That's crazy. Well, we already have that financing your fries. That is absolutely true, right? You have a Klarna or whatever the hell it is, the buy now pay later for anything. You can literally finance anything. You could finance fries, as silly as that is. In any case, so I tell you what I think we're gonna do here. So it's what, 11:15. I think I'm going to cut this off because I prefer Subway. I don't mind Subway. I don't love Subway. I think I don't know. I never quite Subway never turned that corner for me. I don't know what it is, right? Like, because if I'm gonna put deli meat on a bread, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go buy deli meat and put it on bread. Like that's sort of where I'm at. There's not a lot of sub places where I go, yeah, I want that. Um, don't get me wrong, you could say the same thing about hamburgers, of course. Like if you're gonna, but for some reason, like subs are that's that cutoff for me. I will go to Subway if someone else going to Subway, but I would never pick Subway and go, hey, let's go to Subway. Never do it. Never do it. Whereas I would have picked McDonald's. Like you can't get a McRib anywhere. It's artificial. That doesn't exist. That meat does not exist anywhere in the known universe. They made that shit up. Like you, that's not real. That's not real. That is you're eating unicorn with a McRib. It's delicious, by the way. Unicorn is delicious. Um, so I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But I'm not all for it if it costs like $20 or like a person. That's what are you doing? Stop it. This isn't that good. Like you can go to a sit down restaurant for $15. Still, still. If I can go to like a cheesy sit down, like an Applebee bullshit, like you can get one of those burgers or whatever for like McDonald's needs to be cheaper than that to me to be worth it. Otherwise, I'd rather go somewhere and sit and hang out and have a server who and that whole thing, right? Although, mind you, tip, maybe it's not as good. So I'm gonna close this game up. I think this game it was a good job. I think a month is perfectly fine. Although I will say, like I said, there's a little bit of that. Oh, you didn't get to use your cool widget that does exist in a 4-week game. Um, so someday I'll figure out that balance or whatever. I think we're gonna close this stream down though, and the reason is so that this can go and be the second half of the game, and I can actually post it, and I'm not saying anything stupid at the end of it, and I have to not post it. That's there you go. That's my reasoning. I don't want to say anything dumb at the end. Um, I should definitely uh, uh, post a Discord invite at some point if you guys want to talk to me and I can be stupid in private. No bad fast food takes at the end. I like I love so much fast food. I don't eat it anymore. Don't do it. Um, turns out easy to give up. Turns out you don't have to go to McDonald's. You can just go home and make a shitty burger. Done. Yes. Um, and that's what I'll do. So, Nutmeg and Michael and Dustin, thank you. You carried the chat tonight on your backs pretty much because I don't think anybody else chatted at all. It's just you three, and I do appreciate that, by the way. It makes this a lot less lonely and a lot more lively and interesting. I would tell folks to go to my other channel, One Sided Die. Take a look at the solo role playing stuff, and obviously we're gonna have some more stuff here. Nothing tomorrow. Probably have to work tomorrow night. Um, Maybe Fallout on Friday, just to play Fallout again. Maybe some Fallout on Friday. And we'll get to episode 20 of the Fallout Horizon thing, and then we'll see where we want to go from there. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to switch the schedule up, switch the days up, because and we'll figure that out. That's a little bit later. No need to talk about that now. Thank you guys. I will talk to you later. Have a good week, rest of your week. Come see me on Friday and go check out the other channel, please. That would help me out a bit. Thanks, guys.